Before the break, we got an extended whiff of the anti-Obama propaganda spewing from the Fox News channel. Right-thinking people see that footage and know they are not watching real news. Right-wingers see those clips as a campaign ad for Roger Ailes. In our number one story, the headline from the website Politico this morning, "Friends push Roger Ailes for president." Fox News President Roger Ailes has responded, and in a moment we'll ask Richard Wolff to give us the odds of Roger Ailes winning the Iowa straw poll against his own employee, Mike Huckabee. First, the Republican Party and Roger Ailes have long had a symbiotic relationship. Ailes has worked as a media consultant for the likes of Nixon, Reagan, Giuliani, and Bush the Elder. He produced Rush Limbaugh's unwatchable failed 1990s television show before he was hired by Rupert Murdoch in 1996 to launch Fox News, which on day one became a propaganda arm for the Republican Party, with Ailes as the propagandist-in-chief. This morning, Politico reported that friends of Ailes want him to run for president of the United States. An anonymous top source told the website that, quote, "Ailes knows how to frame an issue better than anybody, and that's what we need now." According to, quote, informed sources, talk of an Ailes run was based on more than mere speculation, though little evidence of that was actually provided in the article. Late today, however, the Fox News honcho weighed in himself, letting the air out of the trial balloon, telling Politico through an aide that, quote, "This country needs fair and balanced news more than ever before, so I'm going to decline a run for the presidency. Besides, I can't take the pay cut." Joining me now is Richard Wolff, MSNBC political analyst, senior strategist at Public Strategies, and author of Renegade, The Making of a President. Richard, welcome.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Richard, as the world knows now, after a day of saturation coverage on this network, Chuck Todd bet a colleague that he would shave his goatee if the Phillies went to the World Series.
Yes.
I was going to bet you that if Roger Ailes actually ran for president, I would get a Brazilian. Now, was there any chance you would have taken that bet? I would have had to give you odds, and you could have chosen to then shave any 2 square inches of any body hair of your choice. Is there any way you would have taken that bet?
Could you just give me a couple of seconds for my retinas to stop burning with that image? You know, I will say that I did not ever think this was going to happen. That line, by the way, more than mere speculation, tells you that it was all mere speculation. And I was, if Roger Ailes had ever been a candidate, even considered being a candidate, I was going to say I'm a banana.
You know, just indulge us for the moment, the fantasy of Roger Ailes running for president. You've been on the ground in Iowa, amongst the hay bales, watching a candidate come from out of nowhere, win Iowa, and go on to the presidency. What would Roger Ailes have had to do if he actually got himself out there in Iowa to take on Mike Huckabee?
Well, apart from distinguishing the bales of hay from the bales of pancakes, you have to understand that Roger Ailes is a master image maker, not just because he's managed to take a fake news organization and make it look like it's real cable news, but also all these presidents that he aided along the way. Most notably, read Joe McGinnis's book, The Selling of the President, about the Nixon campaign. And I have to say, though, for a guy like this, it might even stretch his image making to turn Jabba the Hutt into a presidential candidate.
Now, his actual operations, formal paid-for operations within the Republican Party, are almost a generation ago in politics anyway, and people had kind of forgotten it. I mean, I've often told people he used to work for Nixon, and they're surprised. Does this story revive all of that and remind people out there who the creator of Fox News really is?
Well, it ought to, although, of course, you could just listen to all the clips he just played to understand what the real agenda is there. But, look, he is a sophisticated political mind. He understands the media very well. And the key thing here is that until fairly recently, I think people in the White House and more broadly in the Democratic Party thought that he was just a sort of commercial whiz that had turned this political stuff into money for Rupert Murdoch. But there's an increasing belief inside the White House perhaps that this stuff is what he actually believes. He thinks that Barack Obama is a fascist, communist, dictator, whatever you want to call him.
And based on the video we were just looking at, he would definitely have to learn to walk faster if he was going to be running for president in Iowa. Richard Wolff of MSNBC, author of Renegade and a senior strategist with Public Strategies. Thank you for bearing with me on this one, Richard.
I look forward to the waxing. Thank you, Lawrence.
That will have to do it for this Friday edition of Countdown. I'm Lawrence O'Donnell, in for Keith Olbermann. Thanks for watching.